One is present. Neil Reed, Tyler Winningham, Shelley Mel, and myself. Did everyone receive minutes of the September 11th meeting?
Yes.
Are there any changes?
No, I make a motion we approve.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, aye. We have two pension refund requests, and one is a little strange, so I need to discuss this one. Charlene Allen left the employment of the city in February of 2021.
Okay.
We attempted numerous times to contact her. She would not return calls. She never, we never saw her again.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter called me last week and says she's in the hospital. Now they've transferred her to Baptist here. And she'd like her pension refund. And I explained to her, well, normally the employee has to sign the form. So she said, well, can I take it to her? I said, sure. So she came by and picked up the form and took it to her mother and brought it back today. I called her and I called the daughter, and she was in the hospital room with her mother. And I asked her, did Charlene sign this? And she said, yes, she did. Signature doesn't quite match the way her documents were signed in 2001 or 21, but then I'm not a handwriting expert.
Right. And if she's ill, there could be.
Right. I did talk to Charlene on the phone. The daughter handed her a phone, and I asked her, are you wanting to withdraw your pension? And she said yes. And I said, are you wanting your daughter to pick up the check? And she said yes, because when your daughter returned the form, it says we'll pick up check at City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a week ago, the daughter told me we can just mail it to her address, but now the daughter tells me she's been evicted because she's been in the hospital for a month. So I asked the daughter if she had power of attorney. She says she does. So if the daughter brings a power of attorney and a picture ID, in good faith, can we release this check to the daughter?
I don't really,
I would think.
I can't think of a reason not to.
If that's not Charlene's signature, I have to assume it is.
Well, and if you hadn't talked to her.
And I think it was her, but I
Yeah.
haven't spoken with her since 21, and I
Right.
didn't talk to her a whole lot back then.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of the refund requests. I've never run into this.
Is there any way we could do a direct deposit into her bank account?
I don't know that she has a bank account.
Well, what's she gonna do with the check?
Was she getting direct deposit when she worked here?
She did, I think. Let's see, we can check.
You would have had to, because it was during, when you did
was
direct
during-
deposit only during
yeah.
COVID.
How many years of service did she have?
She was 2018 to 2021, not that long. But it's still a substantial amount of money. It's $7,000.
But she's not vested.
No, she's not vested. She wasn't here long enough to be vested.
I mean, if we could direct deposit it, that might be easier into her account. If not, I mean, if it's a true power of attorney, then.
It'll still be made out to Charlene,
Right.
but we
Right.
would release it to the daughter.
Mm-hmm. If the daughter shows me the power of attorney and a photo ID.
Power of attorney usually instills some type of trust between the two,
Yeah.
Right.
that they give them some control level, a pretty big level of control of their life there.
Okay. I just wanted everybody to be aware of it. 'Cause
Is this like a Charles question or?
possibly. I'm going to run all this by Charles, but
Do we want to send anybody from the city out to see her at the hospital?
I thought about that.
Like where we would deliver the check to her.
What department was she in?
Sanitation. I didn't have a lot of, I think I met her once or twice. Joe would probably remember her. Supposedly she is in pretty bad shape right now.
Right.
And isn't expected to recover. From what the daughter told me.
Well, I mean, I'd run it by Charles, and if he's okay with the
Yeah.
attorney and all that.
Let him look at the power of attorney and see if he feels it's valid and legitimate.
Okay. Like I said, I've never run into this
Yeah,
before.
I mean, it might be helpful, given her situation, to get her the funds as quickly as we can.
Yeah. I wanna make sure they're going to her.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well, I will run it by Charles.
Cause I know he's got, I think, maybe not a handwriting expert, but I
He is an
know
investigator.
he's got people with skills of that nature at his disposal.
Could take a look at it.
Yeah. Okay, well, the amount is Peyton Ballard, which was Parks, $1,258.87. Charlene Allen, $3,187.47 in pre-tax and $4,045.75 in post-tax, for a total refunds of $8,492.09.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. This is the first month in a while I haven't had anybody to approve a retirement on.
Good.
Does anyone have any new business?
Only, I guess this would be a follow-up, is the mayor gonna appoint somebody else
He
for the
is.
committee?
He is, and he had decided on someone, and then we realized that would not, we needed somebody to represent the new plan,
Non-grandfathered.
the
new-
non-grandfather. And the minutes say department
Head.
head.
Mhm.
And the person he had decided on was not a department head, so we need to, if to follow our rules and regulations, it has to be a department head that is in the new plan.
Okay,
Would be, well, it'd be better if they were in the new plan.
Mhm.
okay.
Did anybody have any thoughts after the presentation at the committee meeting?
No, I'm anxious that they get the technology fixed and
That was weird. I didn't know we didn't have a
yeah,
power
the
plug in.
PowerPoint
at the podium.
doesn't work,
Yeah,
which I know is disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that goes back to the flood or
Oh, there's not a,
did it run?
Devin, he's relatively new, so maybe he just didn't know where it was, but as far as he knew, there wasn't a place to plug in a power supply on the podium, so maybe they could add that somehow.
Yeah.
And is that podium portable? Is that part of the,
I
it
don't know.
moves it around?
Yeah, I think you can move it a little bit, but I don't,
It's not intended to be moved
Yeah,
because it's
it's
got
not,
those
yeah.
screens
yeah,
on
the
your
screen's on the
side.
other side.
Yeah.
And I think you can a little bit, but not much.
Did you hear any more concerns about it after the meeting?
I did look, the unfunded liability last time was 27 million, and now it's 30. So it's gone up, but it's not like it went from 2 million.
It wasn't
To 30
progressing
million.
like it was.
Yeah.
So I mean, Andy seemed to ask a lot of good questions, and
Mhm.
the little bit I could pull up on my phone, it was hard to see and do, but since you email everything to us, it makes it easier to track
Yeah.
it back. So,
Yeah.
one thing I could probably do is bring, when Meridian comes, bring that printed copy, just take it to council, whatever the next council meeting, and see if anybody wants to look at it.
Yeah.
Just,
They always have a lot of extras
yeah.
usually.
Yeah. Pat will be here at the next meeting,
Yeah.
so.
So that way, we can we don't have such a gap between talking to the full council about it. If they
Right.
wanted to, they're interested, I'm happy to share it. I'll just say I've got it, if anybody wants to look at it. Well, thank you much. I guess,
I'll move to adjourn.
second.